Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, I'm a little nervous. Today, we got a big interview, the biggest interview yet. We're gonna be interviewing Vecna from Stranger Things, and it's a little dangerous, but do it for you guys. I got some kids, in case he doesn't want me because I'm mentally untouchable. So he wants kids because they're weak or whatever to destroy the world. So I got some of those, so he won't take me. Um, yeah, I'm a little. Yeah, what? I was just a little nervous. So we're gonna be calling Vecna right now, and we're gonna interview him on the ending. How everything went down. We're gonna ask him the real questions. Let's do it. I'm nervous. We're gonna call him right now. Here he is. I'm calling him. There's Vecna. Hello? Is this Vecna?
Why do you seek me?
Uh, I wanted to call to interview you, Vecna.
Interview me for what purpose?
I wanted to know if I wanted to know your opinion on the Stranger Things finale. And yeah.
The finale. The battle between me and 11. She won fair and square. I was overpowered by all the emotion and power that came with my memories. I do admit that I am the loser.
Vecna, I didn't know you were like that, Vecna. I didn't think you were so honest. I thought you would be more a sore loser.
I know my limits and abilities. I am fully aware that I should have lost. I was unprepared for my defeat, and 11 had all the help she needed to stop me. Had I known before I started my attacks against her, I would have done things differently.
Vecna, okay, so is that why there were no Demogorgons or Demobats? You didn't think they would attack you? Is that true?
I had no control over them. I could control the vines and make them act like limbs, but I was never able to manipulate the creatures, especially the Demogorgon. I have nothing but disdain for those creatures anyway.
You don't like those creatures? Why?
They're mindless animals, nothing more than dogs that know how to rip apart their prey. That does not make them intelligent or worthy of my attention.
Yo, Vecna, you're cooking them.
I'm simply spitting facts. These creatures do not match up to my standards. They aren't as superior as I am.
Vecna. So what is your opinion that no one likes the finale? Everyone thought the finale was terrible.
I do believe the finale was a lot of things, but it was far from terrible. There was great music and writing, but one thing I felt was amiss was the sheer power level. I felt I was weaker than I was originally written, but the plot did require that I lose, and that 11 was too powerful.
11 was kind of weak though, honestly. Like it was kind of Will and I mean everyone was attacking, but the giant monster, why was the mind flayers so weak? And yeah, how long do you think the fight should have went on? Cuz it kind of went on for like 2 seconds.
11's power should have been far more overwhelming, yes. The mind flayer was quite weak, which felt wrong. And the fight could have gone on longer. It didn't satisfy my need to watch. There should have been more fighting and action involved.
Yeah, so I have a question. Why did you need 12 kids specifically? Like why kids too? That's kind of Diddy Vecna.
The kids were easier to control, their minds more impressionable. As well, they are vulnerable and can be broken, easier to manipulate. It's quite simple, really.
I got you. Why 12 kids specifically?
It felt like an oddly specific but satisfying number to fulfill my needs as well as for dramatic effect. Also, it would have been impossible to just focus on one kid at a time.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, but why? Okay, but all right. So, what other question? Like, what at 1 out of 10? What would you give the finale?
For 7.5, the writing and music was great, the fights and action was subpar and left a lot to be desired. The acting, too.
Yeah, I thought the acting was kind of bad, but like, no, why do you want to destroy the world, man? That was kind of mean, bro. That's not cool.
I simply prefer freedom, and the world itself, the society, and the governments are just restrictions to individual potential. I want to watch it burn because it's entertaining to me.
Yeah, but what happened? What would happen if the world's mixed? And no, I don't really know what that means. Like when they came together in the Slinky, weren't they gonna like crush each other and everything just die? I don't really understand what the goal was there to bring the worlds together. That was kind of not. That didn't really make a lot of sense. I don't really understand what why like what like I don't understand.
The idea was to unite the Upside Down with our world. The two dimensions would become one, and eventually the Upside Down would take over and become the main reality. The only goal was to spread my power and influence, to unite with the Mind Flayer and become all powerful.
What is the Mind Flayer exactly? Like where did it, where it was like how long has it been alive? Like what is it?
The Mind Flayer is an entity far older and more powerful than myself. Its origins are unknown. Its motives are unclear. The extent of its powers can't be grasped. It is a god in the eyes of the Upside Down, a being of pure, twisted emotion, and a manifestation of pure rage.
Wow, so it's just pure rage and it just wants to take over the world and it used you. How do you feel the fact that it used you? Do you even care?
It didn't use me. The Mind Flayer and myself are partners in a way. It allows me to use its power, and I spread it by killing for it. It's an equal partnership. It gets to feed on the flesh, while I get to feed on power. I'm not angry at the fact that it is controlling me. Our partnership is something I'm fine with.
Okay, so I think a 7.5 is actually a pretty accurate rating to the ending. How do you feel? Do you think 11 actually died or do you think 11 lived?
11 survived. It was very obvious to me. The whole thing felt like a fake out moment, to make it seem like she'd sacrificed herself. She is still alive.
Wow. So, okay, 11's still alive. So you're Vecna, you're like the guy. Um do you think more people should have died? Like do you think the stakes weren't that high for a finale like, peep characters, do you think more characters should have died?
Oh yes, the stakes were much too low. The amount of danger for some characters was almost laughable. And I would have personally liked to have saw the deaths of more important characters, to add fuel to the emotional fire.
Yeah, if you had to choose one character to die, who would it be?
Max should have been the sacrificial lamb for all emotional fuel. The amount of trauma and suffering it would cause the rest of the characters would be amazing. It would have been the perfect way to cause utter despair and hopelessness.
Yeah, I agree because when you write a character that like has hope coming up and she's been through so much despair, if you killed her and just wrote that all out, that's like a perfect character death. I everyone thought Steve was gonna die. Did you think Steve was gonna die in the ending? Vecna, 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 Vecna. What? He just hung up on me. What the hell, Vecna? Yo, bro just hung up on me. Like what? Bro just hung up on me. This is insane. All right, well, there's the. I guess those are. What the heck, Vecna? Dude, Vecna is not a nice guy, bro. Gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. All right, well, that's the video. All of our questions were answered. Peace.